Hey, what's up? Oops, I think we have a technical issue.
Live
No,
now. Oh, shit.
we are not live. Problem is, I can't hear anyone. Can anyone hear me?
Uh-oh, I can hear you.
Okay. Crypto King, you there? Oops.
He's lagging a little bit.
I don't know if we are live. I know for sure we're live.
Yep.
I don't know if we've got an issue.
I can hear you and Crypto King. He's lagging.
Yep, I'm here. I could hear.
Okay. Yeah, Crypto King, your connection on Restream shows it's really, really weak, which is interesting. Oh, you froze again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got people in the chat saying audio is good.
Okay. What's up, chat? Let's see who we've got. Denny Block. What's up, T-Bird? Thanks for the audio check. That was good.
Yeah.
I think it might be a Crypto King. Oop, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't know what's happening, but anyway. Welcome. Yeah, I think let's just get formalities out the way.
Mm-hmm.
We are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and Dailymotion. I'm still trying to figure out Odyssey. I haven't figured that crap out. I think it costs money or something. I will have a play with that. Whatever we're talking about here is definitely not financial advice. Please do your own research. Everything is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Yeah. And for algorithm's sake, let's just do this, shall we? Good evening, everyone in Asia, I suppose. Living in Asia. If you are living in Asia and you're in the chat, let us know. That would be good. Let's see. Crypto King, are you there? Oh, no, he's gone again. He's gone again.
Yeah, I think it's just his internet today.
Let me just bring up the usual, as we always do. Oh, hang on. No, he's back.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, Crypto Kings. Twice.
Oh, we got two
Crypto Kings. Uh-oh. How did that happen?
I don't know. His internet's just going haywire today.
I don't know if it's a restream issue or
I don't think so. It's probably just his connection.
Huh.
Oh.
You wanna let him in.
All right. I'm
No, it is not good. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, Brand. What's going on?
Good to see you.
We're just having some sort of technical difficulties at the moment. It seems it's just me and crypto events. We seem okay, but for some reason when Crypto King comes on, it just drops out.
Yeah.
I might ask him to restart. Oh, Crypto King. Can you hear us?
I'm trying a different browser. Let me try that.
Okay. Okay, all right.
All right.
No problems at all. Okay, all right. So he's dropped out
Yeah.
on purpose. All right, that's fine. Yeah, let's start, shall we?
Sounds good.
I'll probably start with me. Actually, you know what? I probably won't even show charts at this stage. I'm just going to say there's really not much going on here in Australia, at least. I think the weather's died down a bit for where I am. It's just starting to get cold.
Mm.
Yeah, that's takes some time to get adjusted to. Crypto King, you there? No? Mm-mm. Uh-oh.
Audio is kind of low.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Hello. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you now, I think.
I think
Right.
A little bit of a delay.
Anyway, just before we do, I'll let Crypto King model his crown.
What's up?
That's
The
it.
drip game, drip king.
You're definitely a king now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
I don't know what it was. I think I might have had too many tabs open. I think that's probably what it was.
Okay. Oh well.
But welcome everybody. Sorry for the delay.
I think that's all good. I think today
That's
we
all
have
good.
Uncle Kevin will be about half hour late. Wales will be coming in a half hour as well.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I don't mind. We can just hang for a little bit. That's all nice and good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recreate Richard Hart's appearance on his last live stream. He just had his black shirt on with his bling. So I'm following his lead.
Yeah. Gotta get some rings and a bracelet too.
Oh
yeah.
And a watch.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get on the chat now.
Yeah, I've got not much going on. I'll say, hey Vince, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Not much, man. Pretty much same old. Yeah, I sold off a bunch of stuff, so I have some extra money to put into Hex. So yeah, hoping for another dip these next few days. Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Yeah, no.
okay.
Other than that, not much really. Just same old. And yeah, as far as the weather goes, I expected it to get a little warmer since we're kind of approaching summer, but I don't know. It's still kind of, I would say chilly, but it's yeah, it's a lot cooler than I expected for this time of year. Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, I was about to say I was also buying some Hex. Well, I tried to buy yesterday. I think all my orders were just completely orphaned. They didn't. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't go through. I know you mentioned it yesterday that
yeah, no, it didn't go through, and then I replaced it earlier today, and the price went down. That was nice. So yeah, no, look, if it goes down further, I'll probably buy again. But yeah, I'll just buy some, a little bit of dollar cost when it goes down as we do. So far, I think it's about 37%, well, 38% down. From I think it's 2.5 cents.
Yeah.
So that's okay. That's a good discount to have.
Yeah. Well, it's a healthy correction.
Yep. So yeah, I think well, at least from what I think, at least if it retest previous high, which is what 1 cent, 1.4 cent, that's okay. I'll probably buy some when he gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely I expect the worst. Like if it goes low, like this is pretty much as low as I think it can go. So that's like a 60% correction, just shy of 1 cent. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, Calgorian, please post. Let's post your thoughts. Love it. I can't. Yeah, I can't live without your teacher.
Daily entertainment.
It's so entertaining. It's not even funny sometimes. I don't even know if it's real or not.
The sad part is I think it's real.
Oh, yeah, probably, no doubt. Let's see who we got. Oh, really?
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, wait, hang on. What did you say?
Oh,
5 cents.
5 cents. That will be out of the back. Yep.
Well,
that's about right.
Play. That's cool. The only other thing was I noticed this news came out about an hour ago. I don't know what that means really. When they say alternatives, so do they allow people to buy them, or so there we go. It says
that's really interesting wording.
So now
that's basically saying, as long as you give us our cut, we'll allow it.
Or maybe someone has loaded up enough bags to dump on the market, you think?
Maybe.
It says, we regard Bitcoin as crypto asset. Crypto assets are investment alternatives and they are not a currency per se. Okay. The main goal we see for crypto assets is mainly investment or alternative. Well, we all know that. That's what it is. Anyway.
I was just watching Dollar Vigilante, Jeff Berwick, and love him or hate him, been right about a lot of calls Bitcoin that he was telling people to buy Ethereum when it was like $2 or so. He's got a lot of stuff right, but what he's saying about Bitcoin, he's saying that when it runs up to like 500,000 or whatever, he's saying that all of the Bitcoin holders in his arena are gonna atomic swap Bitcoin for Monero and basically leave the corporate, although Elon Musk, and they're holding nothing, because I don't know.
Okay. So. That's interesting. Hey, Crypto King, any news in Japan? From Japan, at least?
The only thing I got is I was able to onboard another, I think about four more people or co-workers, friends. So that's good news for them that they're getting around to getting some hex, The weather's been beautiful over the last, the weekend was pretty good. So I know we mentioned it yesterday about maybe the clip, but hopefully we can try and play it today. I know the sound might be a little bit loud, but where I shouted out HexAsians with Richard on his stream. So if we could get that to work, that would be nice to get a replay of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thanks for the mention and the shout out, Crypto King. That was good. I'll play it again. Just give me a second. I'll play it.
Right. So if everybody's in Asia listening, check out HexAsians channel. We do a special show Sundays and Mondays nights.
Nice,
for the Asia community for Hex.
So what's up? Like I'm watching Netflix and I see all this like anime stuff, and they always talk like "Konnichiwa." Why is all Japanese language so violently intonated? Like I don't understand. Is that shit normal over there? Like you ordering fast food, you're like, "Give me sushi." Is that how they do it over there? Like.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Richard was having fun with it. It was nice to get us, get a shout out for HexAsians, and I mean, Richard really, he knows his, he's probably traveled the world. He pays attention with what's going on in Asia and Japan, especially. I mean, he was having fun with it, and it was great to be able to at least do that. Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I did get the. I think also I mentioned on that stream a little bit later after that first when I jumped in, I mentioned his upcoming about he missed the Wild West Crypto Show interview that was set up for him, and I know he's busy, so that's no big deal. But I told him like, hey, can you set aside a date in May, or give us a date? He's like, yeah, just have them contact me. So I immediately went right back to Wild West Crypto Show and said, hey, Richard's willing to come on. So what's up? So it's gonna be the 29th. So Richard will be interviewed by Wild West Crypto Show on the 29th of this month, and I believe the next day it'll probably be airing. So be on the lookout for that.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely be
What's
watching.
up with D-Raj?
Good question.
Oh, that's a good question. Yes.
Not really
I
sure.
was signing with him yesterday.
Probably busy.
Oh, I missed the. Did any of you guys do the? I know HexMac and the Aussies were running that Matrix. I guess they were going to play a Matrix again.
Oh,
I guess that's
yeah.
like 2 hours ago.
Happened like a couple hours earlier, I think.
A couple of hours ago. No, that's a really good idea,
Definitely
though.
missed that.
Yeah, no, definitely miss it though. No, good work, X-Ray. Hey, Motley, you're definitely Asian.
Yeah, he's Vietnamese apparently.
Yeah, I definitely like. I don't know if you like fur. I love fur. Anyway, I like what you did there. That's really, really nice. Where are we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, pretty awesome.
Actually, did you guys just see this one? It's a half hour ago.
No.
All these short stakes. I mean, look, in saying that, like, I know 45 million doesn't sound like too much. It's just one person, but 6 days, like, what a waste of T-shares.
But a lot of entities are doing that though, right? Short stakes.
They just burn up all the shares. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Is that are those some of the OA daughter addresses?
Not sure. Actually, that's a.
So middle class. So you're saying those T-shares that they're soaking up, they're basically burning those T-shares?
Well, when they unstake,
yeah,
when the stake becomes mature, sure.
Yeah, they're rationing up the share price.
Because I know Wales only he was mentioning something about a T-share pool. So there's a set amount of T-shares available within the Hex ecosystem. Like
theoretically, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a cap. It doesn't feel that way because you can still. We're still at that point where like you can increase your T-shares the longer you stake.
Staking longer.
Yeah, so individually it doesn't really feel that way, but yeah, I mean, there still is like a theoretical cap in the number of T-shares that can exist within the system. So, yeah.
This is such a strange wallet.
21 stakes.
Yeah, that is something that we should be concerned about with these, billion hex stakes just doing it for a couple weeks, or is that going to draw down the share rate or share pool faster than we thought it would?
Yes, which is I think supposed to be a good thing because I think they're trying to force price go up basically. Yeah, because it just makes the teachers all that more rare. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Crypto King, I don't know if I asked you this before. You actually no, that reminds me. Who's that DJing guy we were trying to get him to? Sorry, I've got a screenshot somewhere.
Oh, the Laotian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Oh man,
I don't know.
I
He's,
gave up pretty quickly on that one.
yeah, he's stuck on a shit
What
coin.
was that other coin that he's?
he was on the copycat Doge coin. Well,
yeah,
it started with Wink.
Yeah, Wink stuff. Yeah,
and then it went with I
hadn't even heard of that before that conversation started.
Apparently, it's an old coin. It's a rebadged coin called Trombet back in the day. And,
yeah, he was trying to compare it to Hex. Like, oh, you could stake this too, and I'm like, well, where does it say that? Nowhere on their website says anything. It's like, it's just trash. Don't look into it because you won't find any information about what it can do, and it's just based on playing games. So basically, you're depending on other people playing games, and then that's where you get your payout. It's like, we don't want that. We don't want to depend on other people's actions, So yeah, don't bother with it.
I'm just curious. I'm just gonna look him up on this account. There we go. That's it. What are you doing? Let's have a look. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's into sports and MMA stuff.
What am I looking for? What?
Yeah, there we go. That was back in the day. Look at the date. Oh, well, that's more than.
This? Yeah.
That's me and him.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. That was back in 1819, yeah. Long before Hex.
Okay. So you know him? Sorry, this is new to me. I didn't thought you knew him.
Yeah.
I thought he's just some random person.
I just thought a random guy. Okay, that's interesting.
No, I know him. He's just stuck on. He's stuck on his. Like tribal. Like, oh no, this is. I'm like, okay. I'm not into that. So.
Okay. Oh well. Best of luck.
Yep.
Oh well.
But I think he's coming around, so I'm still working him. But slowly but surely, I'm telling him stop trading and.
Yeah.
So. There's all these little copycat coins like Doge coins, and I keep getting all these DMs like, "Oh, what's best after Doge? Why is Doge going up?" Like, there's no reason there. There is no reason whatsoever.
I don't even want to mention the other stuff that people are FOMOing into right now. It's like I'm not even worried about looking at anything else.
Yeah.
Hey, that reminds me. I don't know if you guys saw the flash crash on Ren.
Yeah, I saw you post something about that. Is that
Richard
wrap coin?
Yeah, Richard added it to his thread of basically his shitcoin list on Twitter.
Yeah, but if Ren dies, for whatever reason, I don't know if it actually affects all the wraps.
Is that the same one that the Ren project? Is that the same as the Ren project?
That's the Ren bridge. Yeah. I used to own Ren, and then I obviously sold it for Hex and whatnot.
Yeah. Good timing.
This is in saying that, I'm not leveraged to anything. Like, if it holds, I mean, that's if I'm really a degen and I want to hold its value, or if I think it's going to hold its value anyway. So anyway, I think.
Do we know the technical reason behind that drop?
Don't bloody know. Actually, no. I'll probably look into it now. Let's see if I know something. Hey, chat, if you know something about Ren, let me know. Like, just put it in the chat. I have no idea what's happened. Like, surely it must be some sort of it's just a scam week, really. Like, just to take everyone out. Like 98 cents to 1 cent, 1.5 or whatever. You'll take every stop loss out anyway.
Yeah.
And,
Apparently, it only happened on Binance.
yeah. Okay, this is interesting. What is this? Found something.
I'm gonna switch hats because this is getting a little.
Yeah.
That's fine. No
This
worries.
is ages ago. Sorry, this is not even now. No. Ren.
Actually, it's funny. A couple days ago, I was actually considering using RenBridge because I have some leftover Bitcoin that I wanted to move into Hex, but the fees were just like way too much, both on the Bitcoin and the Ethereum side. So I just didn't bother.
Yep. Yeah, I wanted to swap get some more Hex when I saw the price dip, and it was like $90 fee. I'm like, what?
There was an opportunity earlier today. So I think I did my swap for $37 or something like that.
Wow.
But I think just for fun, I actually tried to do an end stake and see how much it cost. I think it was like $160 something. So that wasn't too bad.
But I'm glad you guys covered that yesterday, where I think Wells and even you yourself, middle class, talking about our Vince mentioned something about the bleed out is going to occur over a year period. So is it 1 year or 2 years?
2 years.
Over 2 years, yeah.
Over 2 years.
1%
So
a week.
I mean, yeah. So I wouldn't sweat it too much.
Okay, so smart contract fee is about $40 average. 180 Gwei, like if you want your stuff processed, but it seems like everyone's going 160, 100, or you probably get away with 100 probably.
Apparently, Super Hex made a TikTok about traders getting wrecked. I wonder if we can play that later.
Yeah, I'm familiar with someone being not able to sell their Doge via Robinhood. I mean, that's a common thing to hear, that people get locked out of these platforms when there's a big move on, Doge or whatever. So yeah, that is happening.
Nice. No. Love those fractals.
Nice.
Where is it? Super Hex win? Was it up the front? Where is it?
Wales is in the
Wales.
room, I guess.
What's up, Wales?
Oh no, he's here.
What's going on, guys? Just had myself on mute. Hope everybody's doing great today.
Boom. What's up, brother?
Doing well, man. Doing well. No complaints here.
Did you see me? Did you see me with the crown on?
No, I'm just tuning in now, so I'm just catching up.
Sure.
He's got to put it back up.
Oh, boom. You know what I seen when you tweeted the pic a while back.
And I'm wearing my black shirt like Richard did on his last stream, so I was like, let me put on my
right. It's official tissue. That's what's up, bro. It's official now. Officially the Crypto King.
Yeah.
Get these Chart situated. Just gonna put the final touches on the charts here, and then I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
that's
For
okay.
whenever you guys, whenever you guys, no rush on my part.
Same here as well. So I'm just trying to. Actually, you know what? Let's just do.
I think I might have got us a few more subscribers to our channel in Wales. I brought on a few more people, so I point them straight to Wales, and of course, Maddie and hexstreamers.com. I push out there, so yep, they're coming.
Thanks, man. Good to know.
Thank you. That was good. Okay, so that's the week, right? Is that the week? It's not on the chart. What? I wonder why.
Yeah. Because it only happened on Binance apparently, so. But it got averaged out by the other exchanges.
Nope. Still can't see it. Oh, hang on. Nope. Still can't see it. Oh, well. We all know what that's all about. That's just to take out the leverage traders. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way left. That's cool.
But did we talk about the drop in Bitcoin yesterday? Did we ever get around to that?
I think we just went quite briefly, like if there was a reason behind anything at all. But at the end of the day, it wasn't much though. I mean, it definitely wasn't Turkey banning Bitcoin. Like any country who bans anything these days, like absolutely no difference to the price whatsoever.
Yep.
Well,
I really enjoyed the. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
No, I was just gonna say, there's another narrative that not a lot of people were talking about, which is I hear that there was a coal mine explosion in China, in the desert Xinjiang region, which was actually pretty physically close to some Bitcoin mining farm, and it took out some of the hash power. But it was,
wow,
I don't know how true that is, and how much of an effect it actually had on the Bitcoin network. But,
well, maybe Kevin could fill us in. Maybe he might know a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I really liked the deep dive you guys did on yesterday's show with the Coinbase IPO. Wells did a really good job explaining how that fiasco went.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, had to clear up some misconceptions there, right?
Yeah. And considering I think someone mentioned they got their shares at 15 cents. Wells.
Yeah, most of those people that entered and dumped their shares yesterday got their shares at 15 cents. So yeah, they made out like bandits, man.
Yeah.
Give me a second, guys. Vince, can you take over for a sec? I need to attend to my little one. Just give me a sec.
Oh, sure, no problem. Let's see. I'm just going through the chat here.
Yeah, no problem, bro. I'm just, getting these charts ready and stuff.
Yeah.
Just throwing them in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm just shouting out some Hexicans here. Good to see everyone. Apology. So, Miss Exquisite. It's good to see her. Yeah, we're missing Papa B today as well.
Yeah, I saw he wasn't gonna be able to make it today.
Yeah.
Papa B.
Sorry.
Need somebody with some raunchy jokes to take over, at least for a small period of time in his honor.
Yeah. I love the way he called. He asked Richard a bunch of like troll questions. That's the closest thing we had to an actual troll.
Yes.
He covered all the Wake Up Hex participants on that one. Yeah. Kinetics, Peter, Markable.
Yeah.
Wales. I think he mention Wales.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That was good that he was able to get a little humor out of Richard with his questions.
Yeah. That's always appreciated because he's a funny dude anyway.
Yeah, that's a good change of pace.
Right. Precisely. Yeah, I mean that was a very, very good stream. Like that stream alone is definitely gonna bring people to the table, because they're gonna be like, oh wow, this dude's no joke. He's over here taking questions like it's a freaking radio show.
Yeah.
Right.
I did mention. I think I sent it to. I think I sent it to us in the Telegram, but I did get a message from Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney that she was watching a Richard Hart interview, and I believe it was the Harry Dent interview that she was watching. So she's still in play. Yep. Still either she's probably gonna request to either probably talk directly to Richard, or we'll bring her on the DS and talk with RG3 and Kinetic.
Right. Wow. That's pretty significant, unfortunately.
Yeah. Considering it being she's a former politician. Maybe she still might be a politician. But
I don't know. I don't follow politicians.
Yeah. She's no longer in DC. She got kind of like booted out because she didn't want to. Yeah. I think
didn't want to play that whole game.
Yeah,
we could talk about it. Like, I don't know.
That's actually cool.
Yeah.
She didn't want to sign the pledge to, you know who.
Yeah. Maybe you can point her to that. Remember that more professional feeling stream that Richard did with I forgot what that lady's name was.
Jane King?
Yeah.
I could push her that one, or maybe even the
that one was really good.
That
one was only like 30 minutes long, so it's pretty digestible. So,
yep, definitely.
Good. Let's see. Identity Block says Crypto King recruiting more than a pimp. That's funny.
Yep. Hey, I mean, it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, just trying to get guests for the shows is. I mean, it's
you make it look easy. That's for sure.
Yeah, he makes it look super easy.
Yeah.
Trying to keep in touch with these people it's time consuming, and trying to follow up with them. But I appreciate everybody. If I ask for retweets out there. Like Dylan Radigan, I don't know if people are familiar with who Dylan Radigan is. He used to be a show host on MSNBC, and they booted him off because he started telling the truth, so they got him out of there. But he actually followed me on Twitter, so I'm like, oh. So I started hitting him up like, hey, what's up, Dylan? So I'm trying to see if maybe we can get him on. So.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up, because I do remember I saw the tweet. I looked at the video for a little bit, and I do remember him from back in the day slightly. I mean, this was a while ago, so you can already imagine. They don't want anybody like him coming out.
Yeah, Dylan, he's the man. He's doing a lot of good work out. I think he's still in California, but he's doing a lot of stuff for like homeless and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. That is what's up.
Yeah. So hopefully I could get some contact with him.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, your efforts are greatly appreciated because it's definitely not easy, and visibility is hard to attain, right? So it's definitely not something to be taken lightly at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. So anytime you guys see any of those tweets, you know what to do. Let the people know. Hexicans engaged because we do.
Yeah, yep. We're getting attention, and the more streams we do, Wells does, you know, Maddie, the word's getting out, and the attention's coming. It's coming.
That's right. No such thing as an echo chamber. Don't forget it.
Yep.
That's right. That theory has been debunked gracefully. So stay in tune with what's happening, because you will get left behind very, very quickly.
Hex is next.
Big time. Man, when I heard some random nobody told me that, I couldn't believe my ears. I think that's why I couldn't even follow up with who the hell told you that?
Yeah.
Like, where are you getting this information from? Because again, this is a person that doesn't interact with their sibling like that. So I know they're not parroting what their sibling is saying. You know, so like, damn, that's profound information. So, you know, take it how you want, but people are talking, and we're seeing it in many, many ways. Many, many ways. So it is happening. That is for sure.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Were either of you able to buy the dip yesterday?
No. I'm waiting. I might buy the dip this week because the price is moving so slow. I already bought what I was gonna buy before, so I already got duped into buying a little higher because the price moves so slow when it's actually pulling back. So I'm just waiting now to see what it actually does, and if it does actually continue to dip, then great. If it doesn't, then I'll just be buying a little higher. No biggie. But just giving the market room to breathe at this point.
Yeah, same here. I pretty much blew all my dry powder, but I have a little more coming in. So
yeah, exactly. It's fine. Time allows us to continue to amass, right? So no big. It's just good to see the market working, right? Like the market is really testing people's patience. Is showing people like trading is hard. It's not easy. You know, no matter what you might think, not easy. Join is hard. Even for those that know what they're doing, right? Or at least they think they know. A lot of people like to think they know. Even after they spent X years doing it, they don't know nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, very important stuff.
Yeah, Super Hex brings up a good point. Yes, since Richard is working on Pulse Chain, that means like there's other things like Sci-Vive and all the longevity research is going to be delayed a bit.
Oh, right, for sure.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you got to understand that you got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward sometimes. So
yeah,
perfectly fine.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, I think the part with the longevity research is he just donating to what is it, Sens or
you're right.
So he's just donating money to enable them to do more research.
Yeah.
So
good point. Yeah. Either way, he'll make a big impact. If he's not contributing to it directly, then he'll just contribute resources to it.
Yep.
And
I mean, he did. I remember him saying that he wants to keep those 2 things separate because he doesn't want people to confuse one thing with another, which is also important and true, right? Like, this is why talking politics is very foul power, I think they call it, or foul or no, whatever. You don't want people to misconstrue your message, you know, with nonsense.
Right, so they're gonna wonder what is he more committed to, you know? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So you want to always, you know, let the people know it's the right thing and not the wrong thing. So
yeah.
I think health has been one of his first things that he was more concerned with, even before crypto came about. So I think he was already on the health thing way before,
because he was retired before anything else. So
yeah.
Crypto came after he was retired, not before. So you're probably right.
Yeah, and one of his earliest videos was little clip he did when he volunteered for, I think, the Sens Foundation. So yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
So that was
I don't think we're going to see another founder like Richard Hart. I mean, I haven't seen somebody that speaks to his community directly. Answers questions, does 8-hour streams. I don't see any other founder doing that, and that's thankful that we have him on our side, and we're all on his team. We're all a family doing our thing. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see another Richard Hart for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Not in our lifetime. That's for
sure.
Hopefully they follow his lead. Hopefully they follow his lead and say, hey, we need to start actually listening to our community instead of just dumping on their
ignoring
head.
It. Yeah. Or that. Dumping on their head or ignoring them. Yeah. One of the two would be nice. Right. Like, please pick
that's what happens when you have a completed product. Then you could actually start listening to your community more.
That is true.
He's not trying to fix things. It's already done.
That's true. That's a fact. Good call. Yep. That is very true. That is very true. I mean, some things are obvious until they're not, right? And that was one of those things that until he came along, just wasn't obvious to people. Now people will wake up. People will start looking at the difference, compare apples to apples, and be like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, people do get sucked into the whole project nonsense. And I get it. Promises are cool. But, they should have a shelf life.
Yeah.
Because they definitely have a half-life. Yeah.
Hey, if we want to get into it, Wells, if you're ready, I think we could move into it.
To the what?
Oh, the charts. You mean?
Oh, the charts. I'm almost done. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm almost done. I'm cleaning them up. They're almost done.
All right.
They're almost done.
I don't know if Vince has any commercial breaks that he could run. I don't know if he has that.
No.
Almost done. I just got a few more charts to wrap up here. So no
I was gonna take a little head call real quick, but
yeah, you're free to do that.
I'll just go blank on the camera for a brief moment.
I'm almost done. So you can go ahead. By the time you come back, I'll probably be in the flow of things. I'm almost done. I'm just wrapping up the correlation charts, and that's it.
Nice.
I mean, we have had some new short stakes enter, so I should update those charts too, but I can do those while I talk. That's fine. Yeah. Or that one, because it's really only one chart that I'll update now.
Yeah. Oh, you had a really good stream the other day about the how the banking system works and all that.
Oh, yeah, the macro really fractional reserve banking. Yeah. There's good stuff to know because, it's important people understand what the difference is between good money and trash money. You know what I mean? So, and where their money comes from and, what is actually going on, because it's very easy to think when you don't actually know anything. And, that's what we all struggle with in reality, because we all are under, a bunch of assumptions that we really don't fully understand what they are. No matter what we think, we really don't understand what they are. So, this is why, like, educating yourself is so important and all these things, because it's very, very easy to get lost in the fog of war, so to speak. Let me share the screen. And we can get right into it, brother.
Alright,
just get my work stuff up to make sure they don't miss me too much.
There we go.
All right, let's do it. Let me get the chat out of here. All right, little disclaimer. As always, the information displayed in this broadcast is known to cause increased amounts of FOMO. HexAsians and their guests are not responsible for any losses you may accrue for having puny, teeny tiny, weak, and frail baby hands. So stake accordingly. All right. we're into day 491. These returns are after, or these numbers are as of 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As of now, okay, so this chart is comparing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hex, and T-shares since inception through 491 days, each respectively. And Bitcoin is yet to reflect the price print on a live network. Ethereum is only at 677 on its index with respect to its first 491 days, while Hex index and the T-shares are at 7,629 rounding down and 13,341 rounding up, respectively. With the Hex at its post big payday return or index at 319. And here we are comparing the halvings of Bitcoin, the first, second, and third one, respectively. As of now, Hex post big payday is 71% behind, whereas it is ahead of the second and third halvings by 172 and 148%, respectively. The first halving index is at 1,092, rounding up. The third halving is at 129, rounding up, and the second halving is at 117, rounding down. Now we go to the T-shares versus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Versus Ethereum, it is a pink line. Versus Bitcoin, it is an orange line. Versus Bitcoin, we're still at 0.5%. Whereas with Ethereum, we have the T-shares at 13% of that value. So again, we're just holding value, and that's the whole point, right? The whole point is to never lose ground versus the rest of the market, and that's what Hex allows you to do, regardless of the market. It's very important to understand that. Oh, yeah. All right. So this damn chart again. Let me actually bring up the PowerPoint because this really, really irks me. Just because I really want to talk about this for a little bit. Just so everybody gets the clear view of what the message is. Oh, really? So now you're going to have this crap here. Come on. This is ridiculous. Come on. Yo, it's really like a joke on me. It really, really is. Because now you guys, you saw that I got rid of
the yellow view.
Yeah, I got rid of it yesterday. Now it's there again. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't understand. Let's see. Okay, I think I got rid of it. Nope. Oh, PowerPoint. You know what? Let me try something. No, that's gonna take too long. Well, not like this is any faster, right? Yeah, let me just keep trying to get rid of this crap. I just don't understand where this is coming from because I get rid of it.
We rather you fix it here, and then when you do another stream later on with, are you doing another stream with the Quant Gang or something? When's the next stream?
Yeah, tomorrow. I mean, that's the thing is that my time is so short in between streams. I really don't have the time to mess with this stuff. Like the most I can do is really like just update the data because I just don't have that much time. I know it seems like I do, but I don't. So it gets very, very annoying when I have to do this stuff on freaking stream.
Yeah, it's all
zero
good.
reason.
I'd rather you do it here since we got time.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if this.
Oh, I like.
Come on.
Oh,
yeah. You see, it just changed by itself.
Yep.
Like what the?
Came back for a second there.
That is so fucking annoying.
Yeah, we could hear your. We can hear the
computer. You hear it kicking in, right? It's like PowerPoint is just acting like a bitch, man. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Let me try. I mean, how crappy is PowerPoint, right? This is just so asinine. Let me try this. Nope, just doesn't want to do anything. Great. Outstanding. All right, let's try this. Let's just try changing the damn color. Wrong one. Come on.
Google search. Maybe try disabling the graphics acceleration in settings. Maybe that might help.
Well, I'd have to go into my OS to do all that. That's the actual CPU doing all that noise. PowerPoint is just trash. So that's neither here nor there. It's strictly PowerPoint because everything else works just fine.
Yeah.
So it's just
I meant it's an actual setting in PowerPoint.
Okay. I didn't even know that, bro.
Yeah.
Is that in options or where?
There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. I just figured I'd change the damn color, but it took that long just to do that. All right.
Yeah.
So the whole point of me going through all this nonsense is I want people to understand, again, that the curve is rolling over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that has several implications. The first one is that adoption is here, and people need to understand that. Now, how do we know that adoption is here just based on the yield curve rolling over? Well, we have to look at it from several angles because, again, it's a system and it operates how it operates. We can't rely on the T-share rate to tell us that because the T-share rate doesn't tell us that. The T-share rate is just letting us know that the value is being maintained at all times. That's what the T-share rate is telling us. So when we look at the next set of charts, this T-share line, as you guys can see, the gap between this flat horizontal line that's marking 10 million trillion, the space between the actual line marking the actual shares and that 10 million trillion line, the gap is getting wider.
Yep.
And that's how you see that? And that's how you know that this line moving lower, the payout per T-share line, not specifically the daily payout line, but we'll talk about that in a second. The daily, the payout per T-share line is going lower because you have increased adoption with the T-share, right? So with the daily payout going lower per T-share, right? We also see it in the payout per T-share index, right? We also see the adoption in the daily payout index also. It's just a little harder to see there. I'll talk about that in a second again. But it's important to see this bend in this curve because it could accelerate, right? If the T-share rate, if the dollar value of Hex doesn't pick up, this will bend over first before this actually picks up, but it will pick up. So it seems like the system operates in such a way that this happens first and the value is shown to be true second. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that we'll see the payouts and we'll see our current payout decrease, the price stay where it is until the system decides to reflect that actual value that's actually being put into the system. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lagging effect. Right. And this is what we're going to see when I actually come through and show the expiring shares chart, because we have to remember that that is a function of that. So we'll get to that just in a second.
If I could jump in real quick, Wells,
Sure.
I know you mentioned something about, go back to the one where it shows the pool of T-shares. 11 million or something like that?
11.099, basically 11.1 trillion.
Yeah. So is there a concern with all these whales doing these short stakes that they're going to start, drying up those T-shares? They're basically burning them?
Then it's not that they're burning the T-shares. What happens is that the T-shares become more expensive, right? The T-shares end in their value is what changes over time. The only time the quantity of T-shares changes is when there's more or less people in the staking pool.
Okay. Is there a way to forecast how long will those 11 million T-shares be around? Like, is there like for the next 10 years they'll still be?
Well, the only forecast really is the shares chart, right? The expiring shares chart, which is what tells us exactly what's available in the system right now. right?
Okay.
So once we get, so like every snapshot that we look at is detailing exactly what's in existence at that point in time on this chart. So if we go to the day, which I just updated right now, we see that we have a lot of new short stakes. See?
Yeah.
From 13 days ago to now, we have a lot more short stakes. See, like look at, just look at the bold, that the change in bold all the way through here, right?
Yep.
That means that there's people entering a lot of more short stakes than there were 13 days ago. So what's going to happen is, like we've been seeing, is that the T-share rate is going to start ratcheting higher. I think we started the weekend at right below 17,500. And if I'm not mistaken, we're already at 17,517.
Yeah.
Just in two to 3 days, probably less.
Yeah.
But that is what the short stakes are doing. That's exactly what these whales are doing. They're making it more expensive for people to acquire interest, for them to acquire passive income, because people want to, play around, and they understand that. So this is what they've done since last month, right? Since the 7th, since the beginning of March, basically, since right before the middle of March, they've been ratcheting it up, the T-share rate, and it's in a significant way. Every time, it's a successive drop, right? Like a pretty significant drop. And then boom, right? Like the T-share rate has reflected all of this activity, because we can look at the rest of the curve, no problem. But the fact is that this isn't really telling us anything, because that's happening in the future. This is all going to cause the T-share rate to go up further in the future than it's currently happening right now. And why is that? Because people bought at X price when they staked these shares, right? When they created these T-shares. So what do I mean? The T-shares at this point have a specific price. In the future, they're going to have another specific price. And the differential there is going to determine how many less T-shares they're going to be able to generate if they restake, because that's how the system works, right? So it's not so much that the T-shares become non-existent or they expire, is that the pool is going to naturally become smaller over time, because the value of the payout is going to increase over time. The payout per T-share is going to increase over time, because this is always going to be true, right? This is never going to change. Yeah. This is never going to change. That's just never going to change. This is going to ensure the T-share rate is doing the job of ensuring that this never changes. Price is going to reflect that change at all times. But as always, price is never going to be a straight line affair, right? Like, look at what we did here.
Yep.
And look at what we ultimately did. We were tagging this line for a while, right? And then we ultimately rolled over while the payout per T-share sum kept going, right? And that's all a function of the T-share rate. So it's very important to understand this is why this chart is critical. Because no matter how long this chart goes, this is always going to be a positive value. And that's important to understand, because that means that T-shares are always maintaining their value. Whereas the only thing that's not is Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's why this chart fluctuates more than anything else, because this, come on. This line is the T-share rate. This line is the return stream from the T-share rate. And this is also the same thing as a dollar value. So this is always going to be true, right? And that's why it's important to understand the dynamics between this, which is really just a pool. Like, we could literally have as many T-shares as possible. But what happens then is that your size of the pool becomes smaller and smaller over time. But what that also means is that the value of those T-shares have significantly increased because of demand. So it balances out, because then that value creation T-share bucket is going to hit the Hex bucket, because that's how it works, right? Like, it might take a while, but Hex always has to catch up to fair value, because that's how financial markets work, right? So when people make all these comments that they don't understand, blah, 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 that's fine. They don't have to understand. Just listen to what I'm telling you, because this chart is clearly not lying.
Yep.
Clearly not lying. Clearly not fucking lying, right? And it's been the same thing for the past 500 days. So 500 is a pretty big sample size, because a lot of the shit that people rely on doesn't even surpass 100 in terms of a sample size. So all of these things are very, very important to understand. They might be foreign, but look it up. Do your research. Don't just take my word for it, but understand that you're getting the facts. Just because you don't know them to be facts mean nothing. Do your research. Because as you can see on this chart, this price reflects reality at all times. And it's just a matter of time before it catches up to reality. So what does that mean? While we have a 7,700 hex index here, at one point it was 10,000, 9,000, almost 10,000. So what does that mean? That means that eventually we're going to tag 12,000 or however high we go. And it's just going to continue to be a process, because there's always going to be people that don't understand the system, right? Always. And this is what that reflects. Because if you understand what the system is, then you understand that this is going to, this is going to be a function of the value created with respect to the T-shares, right? So this is going to lag, in my opinion. It's going to lag the payout per T-share. Is going to lag the total shares. Now, why do I think that? It's going to lag because this has to catch up with what's happening here, right? So when you stake, you create shares, right? So the daily payout has to ultimately slice and dice the pool to become a little smaller at that specific point in time, because a new entrant just made new shares. So the pooler became bigger. Your share of the pool became slightly diluted, but that's not how it works, right? Because this isn't a stock market. This is an actual market with value proposition attached to it. And this is why I believe the daily payout actually lags, because we see it in the actual reflection of price, which is what's going to ultimately reflect itself through the daily payout via the payout per T-share, via the T-share rate. Because we have to remember, all of this stuff is interconnected. It doesn't work by itself. So this is why people don't understand Hex, because they're too busy thinking linearly instead of understanding that it's a circular, it's a closed system. You can't have something that's worth something and not have it backed up by something. This is ensuring that we always get paid every day, thereby sustaining that value creation on a daily basis. So this is why a lot of these things are very difficult for people to understand, because they're too busy looking at it like it's everything else when it's not. So there are a lot of nuances that you really have to sit down, break down, and really connect the dots on in order to really see the big picture and what Hex is actually doing and how it's actually going to work in the future, right? Because we see the payout per T-share increased here, but the daily payout lagged. See? It's not a coincidence. Yep. It's just how it works. And that's just what it is. And it's always going to be the case. It's just easier to see here because the jump was so big. It's easy to see here also. The jump happened first in the payout per T-share, then it came in the what do you call it? The daily payout. So, it's a lot. I understand, but just listen to it a million times if you don't want to sit there and figure it out, because that's just what it is, right? Like, everything is interconnected. That's the only way Hex maintains its value proposition. Otherwise, it's like every other coin, and that's not why we're here. We want assets that generate positive cash flows. And that is what the T-shares do, right? So once people realize that, then it's a race to get acquired T-shares, right? So what's happening now is that I'm guessing people are figuring this out, right? And when you have sizable economic mass, you don't have to worry about the value of the T-share. You're always going to be able to acquire a significant amount to make an impact when the freaking minimum rate is 14%, right? APY on an annual basis. You understand? So if you don't stake now and stay for long, you're ultimately going to get priced out if your economic mass isn't in line with those ratcheting up the T-share rate, because they're ultimately going to price you out. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with the short stakers and their sizable pools, because we also have to remember the T-share rate is a function of two things: duration and size. It's not a one-faceted aspect. It's not a one-faceted equation. It's a multifaceted equation. So it's important to remember that, because that helps us understand the T-share rate going up when we're not seeing any big stakes ending now, right? That we've been in the system for a long time. They're not going to have that much major of an impact, but guess what? If a whale makes a short stake and price doubles, the fuck you think is going to happen to that T-share rate? It's going to get a little bit more expensive. That's why we had that big jump a couple weeks ago, because we had a big chunk of short stakes hitting the market, right? And during this time, price was catapulting. We went from 0.8% to 2.5, right?
Yeah.
And the T-share rate reflected that in its value proposition by ratcheting up. Hold on. There we go. Oh, come on, guys. All right. So remember, when we started all of this was basically, 45 days ago. The T-share rate was all the way back here. Basically, all the way down here, 17,000, 16,999, right? And during that time, we've already jumped 517 hex, with the whales causing all of this variation. Because this is a reflection of what's actually happening, because I'm grabbing it at specific points in time. They're not always the same point in time, but they're specific points in time with each respective day. So this is actual activity that's happening with respect to the dollar activity in the market. So people are gyrating this T-share rate and they're trying to get it up there, right? So that says something about somebody. Somebody understands something here. So the question is, why don't you go ahead?
It's pretty awesome to see the waves that those whales are doing as they splash these short stakes.
Right. Right. And it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, because if you think about it, right, this chart is really reflecting this chart, but sideways. Only this part, right? Because over time it changes. And we're seeing the reflection in that change right through the T-share rate in real terms. Oops, sorry. PowerPoint, man. In real terms, right? Like, we're seeing it. Now, it's not one-to-one per se, because I'm not grabbing every instance in time, clearly, but it's close enough to help relay the message.
Yeah.
So then the question becomes, why don't you have as many 555 stakes as possible, or 4x5 stakes as possible? Because I know I always forget a 5 at the end. So I'll just say 4x5. Because this is really what the message is. Because at the end of the day, there's still somebody coming in here and staking long, but they're also staking short.
Yeah.
So remember, when you're looking at these charts, as when I post them, the bold is showing you a rate of change that's positive relative to the previous snapshot. So we'll get into the correlation charts now. And as always, Hex is on the X versus Bitcoin and Ethereum on the Ys. And the most important to note is how Hex is on the right side of the X-axis, on the positive side of the zero line, on versus both charts. No matter how high or down we go on the Y-axis, it just remains to be the case. Whereas for Ethereum and Bitcoin, they have some explaining to do, as my man Desi would say in I Love Lucy, because these are some pretty wild out returns, right?
That's an old reference.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't kosher at all. This does not look good at all. So people are going to be like, what the hell is that? Hold on, work stuff. But yeah, so this is what I like to show with these charts. The correlation is always 0. That's what the R square is saying. 0 for both. And T-shirts versus gold. And I keep saying I'm going to create this chart, but just understand it takes time. I'm going to create a total T-shirts chart versus gold market, total supply of gold, because we really need to see what the value proposition is and all that. All right. And the hex pay. Okay, so when I recorded the time for this, it was 1.66 cents. Let's see what the price is now. I have no idea. Looks like it might be a little lower, which is great. Nope, 1.685. So basically, it's actually, yeah, it's around the same price probably. It's not really much different when you round up. So the price is the same with respect to the payout per T-share, which is cool. I'm gonna talk about something in a second. We got 9.5 cents for the payout per T-share with respect to this price, giving us a adjusted hex value of 11.1 cents. Now, what I want to say here is that we have to remember that hex is dynamic, right? So what does that mean? What that means is that while this value, payout per T-share, and the adjusted hex value does reflect the dollar value in hex, we have to remember. Let me go to the little thing here. Give me a second. We have to remember that this is actually constant, right? The daily payout is constant. The only thing that's actually changing is the dollar value of hex, right? Now,
yeah.
The big picture is pretty obvious up and to the right at all times.
Yep.
So look at the payout per T-share, right? It increases faster than the price of hex. And that's how you see the mimicking of the compound effect via the fiat, right? Because again, for us, it's a flat line. It just gyrates up and down between 5.7 and 5.6, right? That's really just what it does. But now what's happening is that we're seeing this line roll over. It's curving. It's giving us a downward slope now, right? So what's going to happen is eventually we're going to have to see something like this. Now, why is that? Because the creation of value is being made every time that we got a down moving hex. All that does is literally create a vacuum effect. Now, why is that? You have to understand this spread, the wider it goes, it's like a magnet. The wider it goes, the stronger the pull on the fiat price. Why? Because again, have to remember, this is always going to be a flat line. Always. So what happens when this starts making changes in its shape? It's reflecting a change in its reality. Now, this is going to get a little too deep, but it's important to understand, especially if you're concerned with price. Because what you have to understand about hex is that it's not your average piece of crap, crypto. It's not a project. It's a finalized product. It's done. So you have to understand how this works in order to understand what is happening on a day-to-day basis. Because guess what? There's nothing changing with hex. It's done. It's just going to pay you every day, and that's it. So then the question becomes, well, what's changing and how it's paying you? And that only comes when you begin to understand the future value of hex, which is ultimately the adjusted hex value. Because again, this is just giving you the precursor of what the system is doing. Because this value always gets wider. It never gets smaller. And what happens when it does? It snaps right back. So these are things that are very, very important to understand, right? Because throughout time, people are going to always be unhappy, always not going to understand what price is doing, because everybody wants everything to go up yesterday, and it just doesn't work like that. I mean, this is why we've been seeing an increase in the emergency end stakes lately, and it's reflective, right? Like we can clearly see that because the rest of the market is pumping and hex is not, because people don't understand it. So when this runs into another wall of value that it can no longer ignore, this is what happens. It's a schism, just inverse, right? It's just gonna just shoot up because that's what happens. It's just how it works. And as always, we can see this reflected as well in the hex price to earnings ratio, which is at a ridiculously low value of 17.56%, which is Eons below the 551% reflected here in the all-time low for the S&P 500. So stake accordingly, my friends. And that's the end of my slideshow.
Vince, can you bring up Lumaka's question again? I don't know what.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
I didn't get to see it. Didn't get to see it. So definitely let me know if anybody has any questions.
He brought it up on the screen.
He's just asking about the what is the impact on T-shares when big whales make short stakes like 6 days?
So that's what I was talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
When a whale makes a short stake, what's happening is that you're getting new shares created. That's step one. Step two is that, well, hold on. Step one is a multifaceted step. So step one is you're buying hex, you're staking hex. Those hex disappear, and you're creating new shares. So that's step one, right? When a whale stakes short, that's step one. Even if it's for 6 days, it doesn't matter. That's step one. So what happens? The daily payout doesn't really change because once that stake is entered into the system has to adjust to the new whale, right? That's in the system. So the payout per T-share is going to shrink a bit. It's going to reflect it first because the value has to catch up, right? And that's what we end up seeing. Now, it doesn't make sense yet because price kind of left us and escaped us for a little bit. And now we're not seeing in that value creation. But what's going to happen is, because this is what people don't see and what people have to remember. Every time we get a daily payout and price is doing a dip, give me a second because I really want to show this. It's very important people understand this. I love talking about this. Every time we're getting a dip, now let me shorten this to maybe 4 hours. Because people need to understand this is very important. During this whole time, right, that we've been going down, give me a second. Let me get my shite together. You've been getting a payout, right? Every single time. And this is from, let's go back to this is from, April 7th, April 8th. Okay, so that's approximately 11 days ago. So you've been buying the dip for 11 days straight. Okay? This is what this chart is telling you. From day 140 to now, you've been buying the dip with respect to your T-shares every single day. Right? This is what you've actually been doing. So, when those whales exit and they drive up that T-share rate again, they're going to come in again and they're going to drive up that T-share rate again by doing step one and step two, right? Step one is entering your stake, swapping hex for T-shares. Step two is accruing interest, ending that stake. Step three is going to be the T-share rate readjusting with respect to that whale coming out. But you have to remember it's a two variable issue here, right? It's duration as well as the size. So just because the duration is short doesn't mean that the stake isn't going to have an effect, because it does. So it's important to understand that, because what ultimately is going to happen, again, like I just explained, that dip buying ultimately becomes this every time. Like we see it right here happen in short order because it was a big payday effect. Everybody bought the dip that day. The whole system bought the damn dip that day. So it took price to catch up, but not to pay out per T-share in dollar value. You see? Very important to understand how fixed income products work. If you don't, you're going to look like a fool. And I'm going to make sure you understand that you're looking like a fool. I've already done it to public figures. Don't stand in line. It's just a fair warning. So understand what the message is, understand what's going on. And if anybody has any other questions, definitely let me know. But that's basically it. Like this is what the T-shares are doing. This is why the value creation is constant. This is why it's always up and to the right, because the value is constantly being created, because people as long as they interact with the system, right? And we're seeing that they are clearly, right? Nobody's making that up. The data isn't, false. You can go right to the main source, hex.vision, and pull it up and do the same stuff I'm doing. Not a problem, right? So this is why it's important to understand all these nuances, all these tidbits. They're all interconnected. Nothing stands alone in the hex ecosystem. So it's very important to understand that. Any other questions, definitely let me know.
Thank you, my brother.
Thanks. Of course.
Yeah. Always an outstanding explanation and deep dive into the charts. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man. I just really want people to understand, like the flat line is why we win. Right? Because you guys have to understand, like that fractional reserve banking episode or stream that I did, very critical. Because I'm explaining what's happening within the fiat system that people don't get. The money is being created by a third party and you don't see it. Here, we're always creating money and we're not removed from it. This is why we ultimately experience this effect if we're patient enough, right? This is why hex is always true to its nature. No matter what. Right? This is why I put this trend line on this chart, because this is always going to be true. And it's reflected in the mathematics embedded in the code, no matter who says what. And we see it right here. And it's even more prevalent in the value proposition, which is the payout per T share. This is why you stake long. Because over time, hex is going to have to catch up. Because fiat is always going to go down. It's never always going up. Never. And the fact of the matter is that unless the rate that the dollar is going to pay you is going to be greater than hex, which is never going to be moving forward, you're a fool to keep fiat. In any capacity. This isn't even with respect to hex by itself. It's just in any capacity. Because the reality is that it's never going to do what you think is going to do, because what you think is a lie, and that's the catch. People say cash is king. Well, that's not true, and this chart shows you why. When you hold cash, this is what you're doing, because if you're holding cash, what you're holding is the inverse of this. Get it? So that's the big picture. Any other questions? Definitely let me know.
Like the other saying, cash is trash.
Cash is trash. That's right. I mean, it's trash because of a very good reason, and it's because of how it's built, right? We joke around on the quant gang streams that the dollar has a super inflation bug, has a constant inflation bug.
Yeah.
And it's true. This chart lets you know it's true. Like, it doesn't get more obvious, right? Like, you look at any crypto chart, boom. Like, that's all you get. Thank you, Lamarck. Appreciate that. But, just trying to provide clarity, guys. This is very easy stuff. As long as you don't get lost in the weeds. Just focus on the denominator. As long as you realize the denominator is always going down, you literally, and we got a nice sell. Yes. I really hope these guys keep selling, man. Please keep selling. Please. Just when you think you're done acquiring sizable chunks of hex, they just make it easier.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sellers. Thank you, sellers. Thank you, sellers. Appreciate it.
Wales, I don't know if this is just me though. Like sometimes, every time when you ask, if there's any more questions, and I just think about it, I'm thinking, this is such a simple system. It's such a no-brainer. Why would I have questions? Why?
That's the thing. The thing about it is that it's so easy that it looks complicated. It seems complicated. That's the problem, right? Because no matter where you turn, everything is pointing you back to the same thing. And the same thing is always going to be the T-shares, because that's what's providing the value on a constant basis. And it's hard to see that because you're not looking at T-shares all day. You're looking at hex. right? So I think that's why it gets hard for people. I don't know. Like for me, it took like for me to get to where I am now. Like it took some serious work. You know, like it took some serious reflection. It took some serious like what am I not seeing? Because this isn't hard, but it is. You know, and I think that's the question you got to ask yourself, because it's really simple. And it's just a simple fact that the dollar is always going to go down. Hex is always going to work. And it's that simple, you know? Yeah, let me answer T-Bird's question. So I think that's when the floodgates actually open, and we see what we've been expecting for a while. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that we're doing a very good job as a community of putting the word out there. I see a lot of people like jumping in random tweets and letting people know that the pulse chain is coming, you know, and it's not a marketed effort. It's a grassroots effort as always. So I think we're going to be surprised is what I honestly think. I think that I can't even forecast exactly how good this might be for the crypto world, because again, the crypto world is being crippled. It's not just ERC20 anymore. People are getting tired of Binance's BS, and they're seeing it, right? Like I know you guys saw that REN chart yesterday. That move from that 99% drop. Oh my God. What? And that is common. Right?
And we gotta appreciate the way things are being rolled out, the way Hex was rolled out, all word of mouth, and now Pulse Chain. It gives the little guy in the crypto world a chance to get ahead. So listen up, guys. This is we don't want to see advertisements, you know, big paid advertisements. That's only going to target corporate interests. We want it to be word of mouth within the community, your friends, family, co-workers, etc. And that's how we become the new whales that Richard has said he's going to create and is creating.
Is creating, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
right.
what's going on, Kevin?
Very good point. What's going on, Kev?
Hey, guys.
Oh, I have something for. Let me get something real quick.
What?
That Kevin's back. Kevin's in the house.
Got a work call coming in, guys. Give me a second.
No, all good.
What's that? Oh.
You've got the Malayan.
Singapore. Yeah.
Nice.
I got this during one of my trips to Singapore when I was in the Navy.
It's totally real. Lion tail. Yeah. The mythical creature of my country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's totally real. Yeah.
Welcome, Kevin.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Not bad.
It's okay.
I think the show just started. You haven't missed anything, really.
What?
We're just waiting for you.
What?
Oh, I think Vince mentioned something about a explosion or something, a coal mine that might have affected some Bitcoin miners in China. Do you have any can you fill us in on that, Kevin? Or do you have any other?
Yeah, I don't know if you had any insight on that.
The one in Xinjiang, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The coal mine.
Yeah.
I've got no idea, man. I'm not from there.
Yeah.
I'm as in the dark as everyone.
Yeah. When I first saw that article, I thought it was a joke because I didn't know how people could equate coal mining to Bitcoin mining, but apparently it was actually because one of the mining farms was close to the explosion site. So because of the hash power, I guess. I don't know.
The reason why China has so many miners is because there's an excess of power, electricity on the grid, and especially in places like Xinjiang and I forgot some other places. So that's where they put that's where the miners are basically,
Yeah.
to take advantage of the excess, the very very cheap power. So so if anything happens in those areas, yeah, you're gonna see a pretty significant drop in hash rate. So
Yeah, that's half. So we lose half the hash rate.
whoa,
That's what it looks like.
200 to whoa. See, you see.
It's close to 110 and then recovered and we're back down again. So yeah, I remember back in the day when I was trying to find a place to host my miners, because I think I bought quite a bit of S9s back in the day, and then I chanced upon this guy who was, for some reason, he told me, say, hey, I own lots of apartments in the Go cities, and they're charging like 2-3 cents a kilowatt. Would you like to ship your miners to me? I've got an apartment. Yeah, he's got an apartment full of it.
Full of miners.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So I sent him 3 S9s and looks good. I don't know. Anyway, that's ancient history, isn't it?
It's got to be one loud apartment.
No, there's no one there because it's a Go City. There's no one there, so it doesn't matter at all.
Oh, okay. One of those, one of those Go cities that they tend to build first in because they anticipate, people, large numbers of people moving in. But sometimes it doesn't happen. So devastated. You can't buy a house. What?
So, what's this about?
So this is. Oh well, actually, funny. Okay, so I think there's some sort of massive price rises for in Australia. At least I think it doesn't matter where you are. I think there might be pockets of places in Australia where the house prices are pretty stable. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like Adelaide and Tasmania, or certain parts of Tasmania at least. But everywhere else is just going up and up and up.
Been up.
So we keep getting all these stories where people save $173,000 and they still can't get a loan. That sort of thing. So they're saving money forever. That's I think
what's the percentage of the
same thing as well.
Well, what's the percentage of the house that has to be the down payment over there?
Oh, if you're a first-time home buyer, I think you can get away with less, even 5 or less than 5 in some cases.
Wow, really? That's pretty good.
Yes, it's not that much, but I think, of course, if you're picky and say, oh, okay, I want to live close to the city centre or some shit, then surely you're paying $1 million, right? Or something, and then you realise that you actually can't afford it and that sort of thing. But in saying that, like, because of COVID and whatever, so far, no one wants, I won't say no one, like less people want to live in city centres. Everyone wants to live outside because there's just no reason. So now there's some sort of reverse at the moment where the house prices, like in my area, I live about 60 k's away from the CBD or something along those lines. I'm surrounded by $1 million houses and I don't understand why. Yeah. That's just how it is, and at work, I meet people who are renting close to where I live because I work local. So I think most people are local to me as well, like within 20 k's or 10-minute, 20-minute drive around me. They're all renting. No one can buy.
Oh,
that's just it's just insane. And then, I think I had my house valuated about a month ago where. I think those little, how those little real estate agents, they will scour the public directory and see if your number doesn't show up on a do not disturb list or something, they'll just try and call you and say, hey, we know you live in this area, blah blah blah. Can we evaluate your house and that sort of thing? So I let one in, and shock of my life. So I live in a pretty new place. So when I say new, like it's only 5 years old. And my house price is already 2.1x.
Whoa.
So, don't know. So, of course, they were, asking if they want, would you want to sell it, all that sort of thing. And I was like, well, I probably won't sell it because what's the point? Like, if I get out of the house and then I wait 3 months or something, then I go buy something else, the price is taken off without me, right? So, so why would I sell? If anything, I'll probably want to borrow against it and go buy something else. I don't know. Actually, I might borrow against the house to buy some more hex or something like that. I know, not financial advice. Don't follow what I do, but I'm obviously comfortable with the repayment, and I don't mind doing that. So that's one of those things. There's no shortage of stories of people who can't save or people who got into to buy their first house and they had to borrow money, or rather should I say from the bank of mum and dad, that sort of thing. It's very common these days.
Yeah.
And like what T-Bird's saying here, millennials are basically priced out. Yep. There's no chance. Let's have a look. Let's see what's on chat. Really? Where are you going, Bala? Just out of curiosity. Probably Asia somewhere. Let's have a look. Peter, Papa's have some issues at home, so he's not here today.
Tending to the family.
That's it. Spot on. So there's a whole bunch of shocking things as well with real estate. Like I don't know if anyone knew, like there were lots of apartments in Sydney that they were completely what they're cracking from the core. So people literally got wrecked. Like they lose 80% of the initial purchase price. There's a very, very famous tower called Mascot Tower. You can look that up on just Google. Yeah, people are, just within 2 years, that whatever they paid, like 900,000, $1 million is just worth less than $200,000, and they have to take out that much debt just to move outside and rent for 2 years or something before they realize it's not worth anything at all. So it's just shocking. Where are we? Oh, where the girls are pretty. Why not? Why not? Why the hell not? Hey, Uncle, any news in Singapore at all? Anything exciting, interesting?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Actually, I'm going to go to your favorite site.
What?
55.
What?
What? Oh, mothership. Okay.
Yeah. Shit, what's the... Oh, there we go. Oh, what the...
Oh, closing. Oh, okay.
Then why are they shirtless?
That's the brand.
Surely it's not the pants, right?
Oh man.
All the last one. Okay.
Yeah, just look at how many Caucasian men.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically the face of the Abercrombie and Fitch stores is the white male with blonde hair.
The white male, yeah. The white buff male.
Fair enough.
Nothing, yeah. Not much news. It's like soccer.
Oh yeah, 50%.
Yawn.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. China slams US and Japan for mentioning Taiwan joint statement first time. Blah blah blah.
Oh, triggered by that.
Oh, poor Winnie.
Poor Pooh Bear.
You see, this is the kind of exciting news we get here.
Like seriously, that's not news, is it?
Sorry.
That's not really news.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Ramadan.
Ramadan. Yeah. We're having Ramadan here.
Yeah, same here too.
All over the world. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Hong Kong's banning flights from India, Philippines, and Pakistan. So whatever. Yeah, nothing much.
Yeah, who's Peter? When Hex FOMO in Asia? Yeah, that's what the concept of this channel is, to bring more of the Asian side of the world into Hex. Where I know we have a lot of our Hexicans in the States watching, but the premise of this channel is to hopefully attract more of the Asian community in the world, since this is the time zone that they're in, and it's it's in the evening in the Asia part of the world. So
yes.
hopefully we can attract more eyes to Hex.
Yeah.
But we definitely appreciate our Western Hexicans to be on taking part in the stream. That's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at that. That's right, up Papa B's alley. To experiment with the phone's
camera's quality
by taking upskirt videos. Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Well played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think browsing through other news sites that I noticed, at least, like for us at least, like for Japan or Singapore or whatever, the algorithm picks all that stuff up. And I'm actually quite surprised, like when I look at some of the suggested videos that our stream comes up with, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, like this one, public housing for $1 million. Ooh, looks nice. Pretty cool.
That's that's a mesh-net. That's a mesh-net. It's
yeah, but this is very old, isn't it?
Amokyo, yeah, it's old. It's old.
1,500 is back in the day, ages ago.
It's so this one is, I think, at least 30 years old, at least.
Yeah, there we go. It says 99 years, double story.
Oh, okay, 74 years left, so it's a 25-year
20-something year old. Okay, that's pretty. That's not too old.
It's still okay, but you've got to remember that this is a 99-year lease, so
yep.
It's not yours for forever. So one day you've got to return it to the government. So,
and I think the question now is people are asking if it's zero.
Yeah. So
it's funny how they're out the paintings on the wall.
Oh yeah, of course they have to. Right?
With the kind of money, middle class, what kind of house can you buy in like Australia?
1 million? Or
yeah, 1 mil. That's nearly 1 mil.
Where I live at the moment, it's not much though. So I think for a mil, you should be able to get like a decent 4-bedroom
house,
3-bathroom, 2-car garage. So basically a standard configuration. But then I think the difference is the land size. So I think good old Australia land sizes used to be 700 meters square. So whichever configuration that. But these days we don't get that size anymore. You're lucky if you get half of that. So you get like 350. It's tiny though. 350 is not big. It's tiny. Well, in my opinion, it's tiny. It's like you're nearly sharing the walls with your neighbors. Nearly. So there might be a gap on the garage to someone's master bedroom or something like that. So the gap could be, I don't know, like maybe 2 arms, maybe half an arm length, really. That's all there is. And yeah, I mean, like you know what I mean, like Uncle. You think that's a luxury for you guys, and
that's luxury, man. Yeah.
But for locals like us, that's nothing, man. That's
You guys got space, so
I mean, back then, people grow up in 20-acre blocks, that sort of thing, like that.
20-acre blocks.
20 acres, you can build a racetrack on it, I think.
20 acres. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think this is luxury though for Singapore for sure.
Yeah, this is luxury. Luxury public housing. Yeah.
Yep. So being public housing, you cannot borrow against it. You cannot go and buy another investment property. That will not work.
Nope.
That
does not work.
I think the biggest difference, at least, is the banking system. I think in Singapore, at least, is still it's way more strict than anywhere else. Like for here, it's very very relaxed, right? So if you earn, say, hypothetically $100,000, the bank will lend you 900,000. 1:9, 1:10. Yeah, backdoor. Yeah, wow. It's easy.
Wow.
To get credit is not hard.
Wow.
So, and then of course, if you, what most people did back then to game the system, at least, is if you're young and you're single, and then you try and save as much money as you possibly get, right? Go buy a house with, I don't know, 3 or 4 bedrooms. Your first house should be an investment property.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because once you get the cash flow, like 2-3 months, 5 months worth of cash flow, you can borrow against that, right?
Yeah.
So some people just, they just go through that route, and you buy a house every 1 or 2 houses every single year, and then by the time you're 30, you own what? I mean, assuming you say you buy your first house at 20, so you get 10 houses. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what about this? Oh, hang on. Sorry, T-Bird. Missed it. Huge reversal. Oh, yeah. No, I saw that. I think I closed it earlier as well. What was it? Crypto book. Yeah, I did see this one, but then this is very strange because it tells me that someone on the inside has a lot of Bitcoin, and then before they open up, which means they're probably going to dump on new investors' heads.
Yeah.
That's just my take.
If anything, I think in the long term, they don't want any competition with their digital.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I'm thinking the playbook would be like some guy who's high ranking has a lot of Bitcoin or something along those lines, and then he just decides, okay, you guys can now all invest in Bitcoin, and then he starts dumping the market, and he go, look at that,
they ban.
I've crushed it 80%. You shouldn't use it at all.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what India was doing to their people with cryptos. It's like a lot of their citizens would start exchanging or getting rid of their yuan or their fiat currency in exchange for cryptos or BTC or whatever. So that's why they would do multiple bans over the time to try and slow that exchanging of the fiat currency to crypto.
Yeah, Mike, I don't know. Bitcoin $60,000. When Elon Musk supposedly did a $1.5 billion market buy, price barely moved. So I'm not sure. Like, can we really go higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that didn't even move it that much at all. So for Bitcoin to move to these moon numbers that people are talking about, it's going to take a lot of money going into it.
What's the cap now? Hang on. It's just about 1 trillion. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is on so many centralized exchanges. You don't know how deep all the books are anyway. The volume 70 billion. Okay.
Yeah. And would it be something that those 10 entities that Richard always talks about that holds majority of the Bitcoin, wouldn't it be something that they've already found out the new exploit, and they're just gonna dump on people's heads and execute the exploit and kill it?
Really? You think so? They will kill Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin, or at least crypto for now, it seems to be some sort of, I suppose the tree that keeps giving all the, at least in their opinion, probably the goose that still lays the golden egg. So why would you kill it with a bug or? Won't be good, isn't it?
Well, we're hoping that whoever does it, I mean, if there is a new bug that they find, that somebody just say, hey, you need to fix this, or do they actually act on it and print 60 million Bitcoin?
Yeah, that's right, T-Bird. So they kind of do own 60%. Yeah, you think about it though, everyone says China doesn't care about Bitcoin, doesn't care about Bitcoin, doesn't care about Bitcoin. And then they say that, and then my assumption, at least my thinking, someone's actually acquiring on the background, and then all of a sudden they can just apply one single rule in the firewall and block. I can't remember what port number it is, just on all the famous pools, and then the hash rate will go to near zero. I mean, not near zero, but it'll probably lose 50% or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then someone might go, "Ooh, hang on, let's just reorg the next block."
Yeah.
So, hang on, what's this? What's that super hex? 48 million stakes.
Oh.
Nah, really?
Oh, did that happen just now?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, for those that, if there's any new Hexicans out there, or prospective Hexicans, check out staker.app, and you could see all the activity, just like what the whale bot is showing. Staker.app, you could get a good look at what activity is happening within the Hex ecosystem.
Yeah.
Nice. Actually, I'll be interested to know if he did a market buy or not, or this was just loose hex hanging around.
Take a look.
Copy. Oh, let me just. Okay, so big stake. The big stake on the 5-year mark. It was 5 years, 14, and then okay. Right. Ooh,
What website? What middle class? What website was that? So that we could let the viewers know.
Oh yeah. So we use abhex.win or graphhex.rocks. So what you do is you grab the wallet address, and if you put it into the account search bar, it will tell you everything you need to know about that account. So whether or not has he staked, how long, what's the size, what T-shares he's got, and it's pretty informative. I'm just gonna check. So 12. That's not a burn, is it? No, this is a start stake. And okay, so he had stake and the transfer from some. Oh, this is ETH. Okay, no, this is ETH. Okay. So the wallet's only 100 days old. That's interesting. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's see how old the wallet is. Okay.
Did you guys see that that whale that ended 9 stakes that they were each? I think they were each 30 million hex, and he ended up getting $30,000 interest on each one of those 9 stakes.
Damn. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so this wallet's
so this is a launch phase guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he's.
Day one FOMO, it looks like.
Is he day one? 13. Oh yeah, it looks like it.
I think so. Yeah.
13 and then 1 and then 0. Nice. And then 1 and then 2.
Day one FOMO badge.
Exactly. Oh, definitely a badge of honor. I think most of us do. And then this seems to be like some sort of DCA.
Yeah.
Some sort of no good.
We've done a lot better if you DC'd that 13 ETH. But yeah.
Well done. So just let me see how much he ended the day ago. So he ended 40 a day ago, and he
is consolidated with.
He's consolidated and he
yeah.
Okay, all right. So does he have any loose Hex lying around?
I don't think so.
Nope. Some kick token. Oh look.
X2T, that's one of the copycats.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. What is this?
This is some random shit coins.
No. I'm just curious to find out what this is. It has no value to it. That's interesting. What is this? I don't know what that is.
No idea what that is.
It's like some sort of gift.
Mm.
I'm going to put myself at risk and find out what this is. Okay, first things first, the site is not secured.
Oh, it's Chinese.
It's an exchange from where? Well, first things first, the site's not secured. Like, what?
What? It's
no,
not.
Site's not secure. Not even HTTPS.
HTTPS.
Wow.
Nope.
Awesome.
Oh, shit.
Awesome.
And then it's a DEX. You connect your wallet. No thanks.
第一个5年计划. Oh my god. The first 5-year plan of what? Getting wrecked?
Oh, yeah.
第一个5年计划.
But
5年规划. Yeah. What the hell? 矿机 what? 是其什么的 XT BV yeah, what?
Maybe our whale is a Chinese speaker. Possibly.
Looks strangely like the Staker app logo.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's right.
Wow. It's just a sticker, white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at who the investors are. Are you serious? Look at that.
NASDAQ.
Oh, please.
That's full of it. Come on, please.
Oh, look at that font. Oh my god. Look at that font.
Times New Roman?
Times New Roman. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god.
As we know, real crypto sites use Arial.
Arial.
For those that don't know, that's what the hex.com uses.
Oh my god, this is such a.
Hey Vince, do you have any leeway on trying to get us access so we could try and get the website translated to other languages like Japanese?
I personally don't, but Papa B mentioned he I think he and his wife were looking into exploring ways to be able to translate the website into Japanese. I think there were some technical challenges to that because every time the English part gets updated or has any new pages or updates, they'll need to like update the stuff for all the other languages that it's translated in. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Yeah. So I was thinking one way around that would be it might be good to have a dedicated website specifically in another language. But of course, somebody would have to front that cost and stuff.
So like a Wix page wouldn't work, would it? Those
I don't
free
know.
little free sites.
Yeah, that can be an option.
I mean, it's not going to have the same appeal as the real Hex.com, but
yeah,
I mean, I guess for them to at least get the content
the
of what
information.
Hex is about.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see about doing that then.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. After being in Hex, I've never ever read anything from any crypto news site. Like this is a long time ago since I've last read anything because we don't need to know what the hell's going on outside. But this is interesting.
Yeah.
It's all junk. Yeah. NFTs, Dogecoin, just crap.
Yeah. NFT and Doge. The top is coming when my colleagues at work were. One of my colleagues at work was saying that he was buying Doge. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I really don't know what to say to that. So
I think middle class. You could play that clip you did yesterday where the guy that got wrecked. I bought it, went up, it went down. Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, that's appropriate. Give me a second. I'll try and load
that's a classic.
That's classic. Exactly why people should not trade. You got people always worrying about, man, if I would have held on a little bit longer and let me jump back in. It's like, no, that's just destroying yourself.
That's right.
That's probably how Helgorian trades.
Helgorian.
Richard Hart always says the people that make money in trading are exchange owners and crypto founders. Everybody else makes pennies.
That is right.
Or loses. Majority of the time.
That is right.
Turkey bans crypto, huh?
Turkey and India.
That's not enough. What is? Hang on, look at that. Like they're not shy to use. They're not use the name. Like really.
Rothschild.
Anyway,
Rothschild. The Rothschild.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because isn't that name well, someone's family name, don't you think?
Yeah.
Three reasons why Bitcoin has crashed. A string of bad news. What's the bad news?
Come on, rubbish.
Okay, so forced liquidation of law orders.
Yeah.
So what does this even mean when you say forced liquidation? Like you scam weak and then you force everyone to liquidate?
Margin calls,
yeah. While many indicators say buy the dip. Okay, well I suppose it did. That's still tiny though. Surely there's more money getting lost. It's not just 9 billion.
Yeah.
Really? And then the hash rate has fallen 40%. I don't think it's spot on. Like on the exact time when this happened, price went down. I don't think it is.
Interestingly. So
okay. 9 billion. Nah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, I'm going to play the clip. Just give me a second.
All right.
Started going down, so I sold it. But then it started going up, so I bought it again. But then it started going down again. But I thought it would start going up again, so I bought more of it. But then it just kept going down, so I sold it again. But then it started going up again,